All right, today we're diving into one of Ireland's most famous landmarks. It's a place where legend, power, and some pretty surprising history are literally set in stone. So let's get into the incredible story of Blarney Castle.
So you gotta ask yourself, what is the big deal with Blarney Castle? I mean, sure, it's a beautiful old fortress, but what is it that makes over 500,000 people travel from all over the globe to this spot every single year? What's the secret?
Believe it or not, the answer is just that simple. They come to do one thing, to kiss a single block of limestone that's built right into the castle's battlements. It sounds, well, a little weird, right? But this one stone is said to hold a kind of magic that has fascinated people for centuries.
And that, of course, brings us to the legend itself. This is the story that pretty much everyone knows, the one that really put Blarney Castle on the world map.
Now, this isn't just any old rock. This is the Blarney Stone, and the legend says that if you kiss it, you'll be given the gift of eloquence, which is really just a fancy way of saying you'll be able to speak with incredible charm, wit, and persuasiveness.
It's a fantastic story for sure. But what about the fortress itself? I mean, is it just a big stone box for a magical rock? Or is there a deeper, maybe even more powerful story hiding behind these ancient walls?
And this is where the story gets really interesting. You see, Blarney Castle's origins have absolutely nothing to do with sweet talk and everything to do with raw, unmistakable power.
So here's the key takeaway. For a minute, just forget the whimsical legend. This castle was never meant to be a tourist stop. It was a military and political machine, a symbol of dominance carved right into the Irish landscape.
The man behind it all was Cormac McCarthy, the King of Munster, way back in the 13th century. And his goals? Oh, they were crystal clear. He wanted to show everyone who was boss in Munster, create a powerful stronghold for the Irish crown, and just flex the military might of his entire dynasty.
But here's the thing about a fortress built for power. It doesn't just sit still. For hundreds and hundreds of years, Blarney Castle has seen some incredible change, conflict, and evolution.
This timeline really gives you a rapid-fire look at its history. I mean, from playing a key part in the Norman invasion, to its official founding by McCarthy, to being the site of a major Irish victory, and then a huge makeover in the 18th century. Every single one of these events left its mark.
And you can actually read the castle's history right on its walls. The original building is classic Gothic revival, with the pointed arches and ribbed vaults. But then, centuries later, the Georgian revival style gets layered right on top, adding new wings and turrets. It's a building that literally wears its history on its sleeve.
But the story doesn't stop with the stone walls. In fact, this is where we start to see the castle's identity shift, from being a symbol of war to becoming a keeper of culture. Inside, Blarney Castle holds a treasure trove of art and artifacts that show this incredible transformation.
Just imagine this. Archaeologists digging around the grounds have unearthed some amazing finds. We're talking medieval pottery that people used every day, artifacts that go all the way back to the Viking era, and even ancient coins. Each little object is like a clue connecting us to a life lived long ago right here.
And this is where you really see the castle's purpose evolve. A fortress built on military might started projecting its power in a new way, through art. The castle is home to an incredible collection, featuring huge Irish artists like Jack B. Yeats and the world-famous painter Francis Bacon. It's that classic story of shifting from swords to paintbrushes.
Tucked away inside this fortress is another gem, a chapel that dates all the way back to the 13th century. Think about that. It's been standing for over 800 years, with these stunning stained glass windows that have watched centuries of history unfold.
This transformation wasn't just happening inside either. The grounds themselves became a work of art. The famous gardens, with their beautiful flower beds, a calm lake, and scenic trails, are an attraction all on their own. They even inspired one of Ireland's greatest poets, W.B. Yeats.
So, we've covered the legend, the fortress, and the hidden treasures. What does all of this really add up to? Well, today, Blarney Castle is a true icon of Ireland.
I mean, just look at that number. Over 500,000 people visit every year. That sheer volume of visitors makes it one of the most popular and important tourist attractions in the entire country. It's an absolute must-see that just keeps drawing these massive crowds.
And the castle's fame has spread way beyond just tourism. It's become a staple of pop culture. You've probably seen it as a backdrop in movies, heard it mentioned in TV shows, and it's even been referenced in books as huge as the Harry Potter series. It's really become a part of our shared cultural language.
And this just brings us back to the castle's incredible power as a muse. Like we saw with poets like Yeats, for centuries, this place has fueled the creativity of artists, writers, and musicians, giving them a direct line to Ireland's deep, mythic past.
So in the end, what is Blarney Castle? It's a fortress built for war. It's the home of a world-famous legend. And it's a gallery of priceless art. It's somehow all of these things at once. Which really leaves us with one final thought. What story does a castle truly tell? Is it the one it was built for, or is it the one we all tell about it today?